It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the streets.
Welcome in, everybody. Please smack that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
All trolls we delete, you better believe. Just so you know we on
in 619, that is a criminal conduct in the first degree with charges of criminal conduct in the second degree. That is for Mr. Buck's biological daughter, and she was around 8 or 9 when the touchings first started happening, and 10 when she was kind of. Mr. Butts is a habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years, and he also has a prior conviction for criminal conduct in the third degree. 619, that is a criminal conduct in the first degree with added charges of criminal conduct in the second degree. That is for Mr. Butts' biological daughter, and she was around 8 or 9 when the touchings first started happening, and 10 when she was kind of. Mr. Butts is a habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years, and he also has a prior conviction for criminal conduct in the third degree with the person 13 through 15. And as it relates to case ending in 618, that is one count of criminal conduct in the second degree. He does have the second offense notice on that, along with the habitual fourth offense mandatory 25. That case is for the assault of a 4-year-old minor. She was 4 years old at the time.
Shout out to BFF.
She was the daughter of one of Mr. Buck's girlfriends at the time, and I believe her to have contracted chlamydia. As it relates to the case ending in 617, that case involves the missing 13-year-old ZIYAH Harris. ZIYAH went missing on January 9th of 2024 after last being seen alive with Jarvis Butts. Mr. Butts is a serial rapist and murderer. Evidence will show that Jarvis Butts has been assaulting ZIYAH Harris since at least the fall of 2022, and that ZIYAH Harris was pregnant with Jarvis Butts' child on January 9th of 2024, and that Mr. Butts was aware of this pregnancy. Jarvis Butts was supposed to turn himself in on January 9th of 2024 to serve a year-long sentence for CCW. This date ultimately got moved to February 7th of 2024, allowing him the opportunity and time to take care of his ZIYAH Harris problem.
Okay, shout out to everybody in the room. Still, please be sure to smack that thumbs up as you come in. Thank y'all so much for being here. So I just wanted to go over this information. Talking about, I mentioned this the other day, but it was the guy that said it. But she's saying that Jarvis, he was able to get his court date changed so he could take care of ZIYAH. So we talked about this in the last live stream, and I'm just like, okay, so where exactly was ZIYAH when he went to court? And they're saying that he went to court on the 9th. So did he go to court that morning that ZIYAH came up missing and they extended it, or was it later? I'm not sure about when he went to court, but they're saying his court date was on the 9th and she went missing on the 9th. So it would have had to been the morning of the 9th. But I'm not sure. But I do remember King saying that Jarvis left on the 9th for a minute when he was talking about the shop and all of that stuff. So after I get done playing this, I'm going to go ahead and get into that timeline, because we were talking about the timeline and I included a couple more videos. I'm also going to go over another video, couple videos that I think people, or testimonies that I think people may have missed. So, and I don't think I played them on my channel either, but I did see it. So, hopefully y'all gonna hang out with me for a little bit. We gonna be here for a minute. This is what I was talking about, what I sent you on Instagram. Right, exactly. And that's what I was saying. We had just talked about it in my last live stream. And then because you questioned it, I wanted to talk about it a little bit more, because that's what I got out of it. At first, when I was listening to it, I was like, wait a minute, what did he say? And then I was like, oh, he must be like saying like a scenario or whatever. But it is true based off of the evidence. But how would he have, that's what I was like, how would he have known he was going to get out? So that's why I'm guessing that Jarvis went to court the morning of the 9th before he did this to ZIYAH, right? Because how that's the only way that I'm getting, but that's not how I was looking at it at first. So when King said that he left for a minute, he said he got to the shop about 8:45. The Jaguar came in and then he left. So I'm gonna get to that, but I'm gonna let this play. But they were talking about his daughter, and it's just awful, man. I'm gonna take it back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rewind it because I don't know. It was covered. I don't know if y'all heard it, and I'm gonna stop it along the way.
The case ending in 619. That is a criminal conduct in the first degree with added charges of criminal conduct in the second degree. That is for Mr. Butt's biological daughter.
So just listen at what she gonna say about his own. And I see Janelle back there. And of course I couldn't pull up the actual video because it would have definitely got my video flagged. So I had to take some words out, but we all know what those words are. What he's a monster. We know what he did. But for YouTube guidelines, I had to tweak it.
And she was around 8 or 9 when the touchings first started happening, and 10 when she was kind of Mr. Butt.
So y'all 8 or 9, 10. He went to the extreme. And then the last live stream, y'all, I didn't, man, I mean, but what should we expect? But this dude was doing it all. I'm talking about ultimate. The ultimate. Like, I mean, sick. Look at him. I can't even stand to look at this bastard. And then when they said the part about the daughter, he leaned back and said something to him like he didn't like that or something.
Is a
look at him.
Habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years. And he also has a
y'all see him shaking his head. Get the out of here. Y'all see that? Gonna lean back and shake his head. You did it. Everything they talking about. So Shannon talking about she didn't know it's impossible, but we already know that. But they saying this was I think this was 4 months ago. I think.
Under fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years. And he also has a prior conviction for habitual conduct. Habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years. And when she was kind of Mr. Butts is a habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years. And he also has a prior conviction for habitual conduct in the third degree with the person 13 through 15. And as it relates to case ending in 618, that is one count of criminal conduct to the second degree. He does have the second offense noted on that, along with the habitual fourth offense mandatory 25. That case is the assault of a 4-year-old minor. She was 4 years old at the time. And she was the daughter of one of Mr. Butt's girlfriends.
So I know some people had that confused. They didn't know they had it confused with family. And this was a girlfriend's girlfriend or child that he did this. Man, I don't know if people lead us do with their kids. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, a whole nother female.
At the time. And I believe her to have contracted chlamydia. As it relates to the case ending in 617,
something happened. I cut the part out like it was some type of ruckus, but I don't think this was when the father was there. I thought they was talking about the preliminary hearing, but something was going on because she was talking and she kind of looked back. You could hear something, but you didn't hear nobody talking, but now you see them running off. But I don't know what happened.
That case involves the missing 13-year-old ZIYAH Harris. ZIYAH went missing on January 9th of 2024 after last being seen alive with Jarvis Butts. Mr. Butts is a serial rapist and murderer. Evidence will show that Jarvis Butts has been assaulting ZIYAH Harris since at least the fall of 2022, and that ZIYAH Harris was pregnant with Jarvis Butts' child on January 9th of 2024, and that Mr. Butts was aware of this pregnancy. Jarvis Butts was supposed to turn himself in on January 9th of 2024 to serve a year-long sentence for CCW. This date ultimately got moved to February 7th of 2024, allowing him the opportunity and time to take care of his ZIYAH Harris problem.
See? So he had to have gone to court that morning. That's what I'm gathering. Because he wouldn't have been able to do it after. I mean, hold on.
First problem. And that's exactly what Mr. Butts did. While ZIYAH Harris's body has still not been found, the evidence recovered points to only one devastating outcome. Although Jarvis Butts is currently serving a sentence for CCW, that's no excuse for his bond in this case to be anything but a remand. Jarvis Butts has been a convicted child 2005, and as I mentioned prior, he is a habitual fourth offender notice with a mandatory 25.
So from 2005, they knew what type of guy he was. And they had, the first child was born in 2013. So he was out of jail. He didn't do the full 10 years. I'm looking at 8 to 10 years because somebody had told me, that ain't his because of, and I actually mentioned it on one of my live streams, but she is. And I think he just didn't do his full sentence. You know how they be letting them get off on good times or whatever. So, yeah, they're identifying her as his daughter. And he's just a sicko, man. But let it keep going.
5 years. And if convicted of any of these charges in these cases, that is a mandatory 25. He is an absolute danger to the community and all children. Since getting out of prison, Jarvis Butts has continued all children, resulting in now 3 active criminal conduct cases against minors, with no doubt many more out there.
Yes, so he continued to do this and got 3 more charges, which they've been, he's got to address those. He got different trials coming up because of it. And so, like I said, there's no help for people like this, but I just wanted to make sure that we went back through this and let's go.
The people acknowledge that these charges are allegations at this point, but we're confident in these charges moving forward that the evidence will show that Jarvis Butts not only assaulted and impregnated ZIYAH Harris, but that he ultimately hurt in order to cover up the ongoing assaults and pregnancy.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Now on to some more breaking news. An update here. Memphis police have arrested the man they said.
God dang it, I'm trying to stop that because I want to talk about that, but not right now. Let me move it down. There's so much going on. So the next video that I want to pull up is that day for that. Wait, that day for day. That ish. I think he had asked before the morning of turning himself in. I'm thinking that he had to go. I'm thinking that he went to court that morning of the 9th and he was able to get it extended and go ahead and do what he did to her. Because it would have had to be that day. They said it was on the 9th. It wasn't after. I don't know, though. Well, I don't know. The girlfriend did drop him off and he left his phone in there, but I don't know. They're saying the 9th, though. So that's the only way I can make it make sense that it would have been the morning of the 9th. And then King literally said that he left, too. He said that in his testimony. But let me get back to the videos that I'm trying to play. This one. This thing be driving me crazy moving slow. What are we doing here? Okay. Jail time you do day for day or good behavior. Right. He might have got good behavior, which I don't think he should have. But I really don't know about that court date, but that's the only way I could make it make sense. Because he was out to pick her up and all that stuff. And the girlfriend, she could have took him that morning and he just left his phone in the car. But I don't know. Shoot.
Update on a missing persons case that we've been following for nearly 2 months. Today, rescue crews search for 13-year-old ZIYAH Harris in a secluded pond in Clinton Township. CBS News Detroit's Eye in the Sky chopper was over the scene this afternoon.
Now, I heard Janelle say that they didn't even know that Shannon used to live out in Clinton Township, and so they searched out there. They searched Ypsilanti. They said they had boats and dogs out, but I don't recall hearing them say sonar equipment or anything. I heard that during the testimony, but let's see what they're gonna say. This is real.
Afternoon at a pond near Gratiot and 14 Mile. Police say Harris was last seen January 9th near Cornwall Street and 3 Mile Drive in Detroit. They tell us that she left Clark Elementary School that day and never came home. Police say,
and it's the picture that I'm talking about too. If you look there, here, is something going on.
They don't believe that she was initially abducted, and there are no suspects at this time. There have been multiple searches since she went missing. If you have any information that can help with the investigation, call DPD.
Oh, that's the store. I ain't even... Man, get back. So I seen this guy. He lives in Detroit. And he actually went to the store. The people that work in that store don't even know about this case. And so that tells me that everybody is new around there. They didn't even know about it. And he was like, what? I mean, and y'all, they right there. That's so annoying. They're right there and didn't know about it. And I mean, really, they lightweight could be in danger. If somebody wanted to, I would want to know something if something like that was going on. Boy, we can't get this right. I'm trying to stop it to see what was going on in that store. Let me just move this. Oh, I think we got it. I don't know why this is doing this. Circling like that. I'm gonna have to cancel my internet if it keep up. The hell? Oh, okay, it ain't playing. All right. So it's a little girl. I mean, I don't know who this guy is. I'm guessing he's handing her the flyer. And I'm guessing this the store though? Or this a different store? This don't look like that gas station. And this is a liquor store. I'm not sure. That gas station ain't that nice though. From what I've seen. Matter of fact, let me pull up a picture. I think the walls are blue in the gas station. Let me see. Oh, that's the door is blue. And the Pepsi machine. I know I remember seeing blue. Okay, let me pull up another video. Shout out to Blue Lotus. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let me go through these clips right quick. So, as a matter of fact, I should be I'll do that next. I'm gonna just pull up these videos that I wanted to go over. The first one, the one of them is, I just feel like we didn't talk about this stuff enough. So give me a second, y'all. No, I'm not gonna do his first. I'm gonna go to the other one. This one is pretty quick, I do believe. Let me pull it up. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not subscribed to the channel. So did you get your notification, D-Wash? If you are not getting your notification, you could try to subscribe, unsubscribe, and also hit the bell and select all notifications. I do believe it is. So you, it's also a setting that you might need to go into. Oh, you didn't?
Oh,
Right on your profile, just hit the little bell.
yes, ma'am.
Welcome in, Carl.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Could you state your name for the record, sir?
George Harris.
And just like that.
Oh, that's George Harris. Okay. Because every time I hear the Harris name, I think about the son that I heard she had as a cop.
And what do you do currently for a living, sir?
I'm a school safety liaison.
And going back to January of 2024, where were you employed at that time?
Detroit Public Schools Police.
And what did you do for the Detroit Public Schools Police Department at that time?
I was a lieutenant.
And assigned to an investigation.
So I want to say the guy that was retiring, right? It was a guy that came on the stand. He just kept somebody who was retiring. He was leaving and all that. I do believe after he left, this is the hands that it went to. So let's go.
Division or something.
Oh, the police didn't get it until a month later.
I was in charge of the Western Patrol Division and our intelligence unit.
Okay. And did that include, at least on the intelligence unit side, some investigatory roles?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And were you involved in the disappearance?
Oh, good to see. I'm glad you following the case.
Yes, I was.
And how did you come involved in that, sir?
The initial report came in that she was missing. A detective was assigned to it. She liaisoned back to me that ZIYAH had a social media account and had communicated through text now. So anytime there was a cyber-related nexus or anything having to do with cell phones or digital communications, I was the person who had handled it with the district for years.
And what is the reason you would handle the sort of cyber or internet portions of investigations?
I had the training and experience.
And as part of the investigation, did you do an initial search warrant to TextNow?
Yes.
Okay. And did you get an initial return for that?
Yes.
Okay. And were those from the dates of January 8th, 2024 to January 26th, 2024, if you remember?
That sounds
Sounds
correct.
about right?
Yes,
Okay. It didn't go back before January 8th at that time, correct?
that's correct.
I will come back to that in a second, but the initial agency investigating ZIYAH's case.
Now, I think I remember them saying that they didn't go back far enough to get the other messages.
Was that Detroit Public Schools Police Department?
That's correct.
Right. And when did that investigation begin?
January 9th, her grandmother reported her missing. One of our officers, Officer Wolf, I believe it was, went out to the school, took the report. Canvas was done. Detective Gardner was assigned to the case. And then
Now, Gardner is the one that went to the house to get the tablet. And he just said the grandmother reported her on the 9th and it's the 10th. Like it's been said, but I mean, I don't know.
from there, she liaisoned with me and I started making my notifications and started working on it from the.
You said January 9th the report was made?
Okay, correct
The 10th,
that.
I'm sorry.
All right,
The 10th.
thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. Like they be saying stuff wrong, but it's human error, and it's the same thing with news reporters and even me. I've said stuff wrong before, but I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. He ain't the only one that said it wrong in court.
That's when the investigation began, and that's when you became notified of this case, correct?
Correct.
And did the investigation stay with the Detroit Public Schools Police Department for the entirety of until today?
No.
When was it transferred and to who was it transferred?
It was transferred to Sergeant Shannon Jones sometime.
The 12th.
I don't remember the exact date, but it was later in January, maybe early February.
I remember Shannon saying that she was asked on February 12th to take a look at the case. So that's the thing. They got contacted. They didn't give it to the police. They sat on it. Didn't y'all hear them say that she contacted, or him say that she contacted him? So they just had the case just chilling at the school. They had it since January 10th. And we're at February 12th, and it's still damn sitting there. Well, until she came in. And they had enough to go ahead and escalate this case then. But we'll keep going. They didn't do nothing, and it's very disappointing.
So
We're getting closer to that 30-day mark.
around a month?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the reason it was transferred to DVD?
There have been no sightings, nothing had been heard from her. At that point, the other agencies that I brought in, we ended up shipping it over once. We received some more calls from DPD. The commander of the 5th Precinct had called me. And we just got together with Detroit, my chief and I, and the deputy chief. And then they decided they were going to take it over because it appeared that she was not going to be recovered alive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but the time before all of that stuff happened, it was just sitting there. I mean, because if it wasn't, what's her name? The prosecutor. She said she had strong feelings about it and she wasn't gonna say nothing because she might lose her job. So yeah, they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And in the course, to your knowledge of the initial investigation by the Detroit Public Schools Department, was there any activity
Hey, Angela.
from ZIYAH on social media after January 9th?
Not from this side.
No, you said earlier that you.
Hey,
or,
Talina.
sorry. After it was transferred to the Detroit Police Department, did you receive a call regarding from Sergeant Jones regarding a request to confirm an ID that was found, a school ID?
Yes.
Okay. And did you receive a copy of that picture of the ID to confirm it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see. Talina said she used Shannon's phone, but Annette admitted she bought her a tablet. She also made sure to say they didn't allow her to be in SM. I don't know what that is. Allow her to be. But yeah, so I did hear Annette say that she bought her a tablet, but this tablet that they talking about was her school issued tablet. And I'm still, listen, she had to have gone home, y'all, because her tablet was picked up from the house. And I'm also looking at the evidence that came from the prosecutor's office that says that, Oh, let me turn this. I think my music might be too loud. I don't know, but hold on. Okay, so it says using her tablet, she sent a message to a device associated with bus indicating that they would meet up after she got out of school. Wait, before that, it says she took one last picture of herself on the tablet. Using her tablet, she sent a message. But I thought so she's at school. So she's using her school tablet, but I thought it actually said her school issued tablet. But yeah, she's at school. Okay, it does. ZIYAH used her DPS issued tablet that she used to communicate and communicated with an app. She took one last picture of herself on the tablet. Using her tablet, she sent a message to a device associated with bus, indicating that they would be meeting up after she got out of school that day. There's also a video of her getting out of school at the end of the day in the same clothes. She met up with Butts and a co-worker and goes back to their shop, repair shop on Connor. So they know that after they picked her up, they went back to the shop. And so they would have had to go back to the shop because remember I was saying that I think that they was more close to being finished. I actually was like, I think they was finished with that Jaguar by the time they left again, because it didn't make sense to me that both of them, even though King had ordered the part, they both left to go pick up the part. That didn't make sense to me. So I just kind of gathered that they was already done. But according to the sister, she didn't get there until, I'm gonna pull it up. But I'm gonna let this keep playing. Boy, I'll be getting ahead of myself. But let me see if I do have that in there since I said all that. Let me see. I don't know if I yeah, here it is.
Where is it that you think you saw ZIYAH?
At the shop on Harbor and Commerce.
Do you recall about what time did you go to Jarvis's shop that day?
About 4 p.m., give or take a few minutes.
Okay, and around what time did you leave?
Somewhere between 6 and 6:30.
Where is it that you think you saw ZIYAH?
Okay, now that was before. Let me see.
Screenshot photo locations, location data from Tijuana Bus's phone. Where does it say that Miss Butts was from 3:45 p.m. to 5:16 p.m.?
It gives the location described as on here. It says Citgo, and it gives the address of 9000 Connor Street, Detroit, Michigan 48213.
Screenshot photo locations.
Now, if y'all notice, the times is different. She said 3:45 to 5:16, and the sister said around 4 to 6:30. So that time, the time is off, but it's very important because I'm so irritated not having the stuff I need while I'm in here. Hold on, let me let this keep playing. But I just wanted to play that part. The timeline is off, but they did go back to the shop after picking her up from the bus stop. But I do not believe that they left at 7:30 like King said. Let me play that.
Got there maybe around 9 o'clock. I assessed the Jaguar. Jarvis left a moment.
You guys finished the Jaguar and prepared to leave?
Probably around 7:30 or somewhere around there. Got there maybe around 9 o'clock. I assessed the Jaguar. Jarvis left a moment.
You guys.
See how he said Jarvis left for a moment, and he said that in the morning. So I believe that Jarvis left. Maybe he went to court that day. I really don't know. But the sister, she was there because Jarvis was fixing something on her car, but she had to wait because she said they were working on another car. She said, I don't pay my brother to fix on my car, so I had to wait until he got done. And so that I'm assuming that would have been the Jaguar that they was working on together, unless because King did say that they was working on it together. And then he also said they had other cars up there. So when they asked, like, when y'all have other cars up there, do y'all both leave? And he's like, usually want to stay. So I'm like, why? He just said they had about 3 cars up there. So why would they both leave and leave customers there? Didn't make sense. It's something about that part of it because it's not adding up. And so, I mean, it's easy to forget a time that you were somewhere. You can kind of figure it out if you called that person and kind of guesstimate. But I mean, it's off. But anyway, let him keep talking. Everybody failed
And the
ZIYAH
picture that
though.
was sent to you,
Period.
was that, did you confirm that as ZIYAH Harris this grade 8 identification card? If you don't remember.
I'm not sure
Okay.
what grade she was in, but yeah, it was her identification card.
All right. May I approach it?
Yeah.
Approaching with what's already been admitted as Exhibit 40.
You don't even remember.
Does that look similar to what you were asked to confirm?
Yes.
And that one you went into, did you go into the school system to confirm that was ZIYAH's ID?
Through an intermediary, but yes.
Okay. And in the bottom corner of one of that, it says grade 8, correct?
Yes, it does.
And you had said earlier that you did an initial search warrant to text now to receive some messages, correct?
It started out as exigent circumstance request, but yes.
Okay. And may I approach again?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's already been admitted as Exhibit 16. And if you could take a look at that, I'm handing you the last page of Exhibit 16. Does that look familiar to you, sir?
Yes.
And are those some of the messages that you got from the search warrant that you did to text them?
Yes.
And are there on that page that you're holding 3 highlighted ones on the bottom of that message or of that page?
Yes.
And the first highlighted one, is there a number associated with whether that it was sent or received from or to?
Yes.
And can you read that number for the court, please?
313-585-8719.
And was the first message that's highlighted there, was that a sent or received message?
It was a sent message.
Indicating that it came from the owner of the TextNow account, correct?
Correct.
And what does that message say?
Don't forget to be there before 3. I will let you know when I'm leaving school. If you're not there, I will wait.
And to be clear, the owner of the account that you did a search warrant on, you believe to be ZIYAH Harris, correct?
That is correct.
And then the second message down from that, second to last message on that page, is that a sent or received message?
It's a sent message.
And who is it sent to, the number?
313-585-8719.
And what does that message say?
Send okay if you send the message so I can delete your number.
And then the last message on that page first, is that a sent or received message to that account?
Received.
So the owner of the account would have received that message from someone else?
Yes.
And what's the number that sent the message to that TextNow account?
313-585-8719.
And what is that message?
Okay.
And what are the dates of those messages?
January 9th, 2024.
And when the owner of that account received that last message of okay, what date and time did she receive that on?
January 9th, 2024 at 14:23:10 UTC.
And the UTC would be 4 hours ahead at that time from the local time?
Correct.
Okay. And so that would have been at 10 a.m. or so?
That would have been 9:23
a.m.
Yes.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Okay, boss.
Sergeant Harris? I'm sorry.
It was Lieutenant
It
Harris.
was Lieutenant. I'm sorry. I want to get that right. Your tools.
I guess, yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Could you hand it off to a different agency before 30 days? Could you decide within 2 weeks, we aren't coming up with any leads, we should give this to a different agency for?
She would have case notes and interview statements with everybody she interviewed.
Okay.
Approaching with what's already been admitted as Exhibit 40, does that look similar to what you were asked to confirm?
Yes.
Is that a sent or received message?
It's a sent message.
And who is it sent to, the number?
313-585-8719.
And what does that message say?
Send okay if you send the message so I can delete your number.
And then the last message on that page first, is that a sent or received message to that account?
Received.
So the owner of the account would have received that message from someone else?
Yes.
And what's the number that sent the message to that text now account?
313-585-8719.
And what is that message?
Okay.
And what are the dates of those messages?
January 9th, 2024.
And when the owner of that account received that last message of okay, what date and time did she receive that on?
January 9th, 2024 at 14:23:10 UTC.
And the UTC would be 4 hours ahead at that time from the local time?
Correct.
Okay. And so that would have been at 10 a.m. or so?
That would have been 9:23
a.m.
Yes.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Okay, Ross?
Is it Sergeant Harris? I'm sorry.
It was Lieutenant
It
Harris.
was Lieutenant. I'm sorry. I want to get that right. So, did you learn about this case through Detective Gardner? You learned about it from somewhere from the school, or how did it land on your desk? Can you?
So the grandmother went to the school. The school called Officer Wolf, who works that area, and then whenever we have a missing student, we always dispatch a detective.
Okay. So,
I'm sitting here on mute. But remember the grandmother, in her testimony, she said that she had went up to the school the next day to report her missing. And I'm thinking, y'all, in my mind, I was thinking, oh, it had to be 7, 8 o'clock. Man, that woman didn't get up there to noon sometime, 11 or 12. He might say it because I heard it from somewhere. And she was like, I'm on my way to the police department after that. And allegedly they told her, we'll call them for you. We'll call them here. And it was them, not the real police, is my point. But let's go.
so it was Officer Wolf who was initially dispatched to the school
Correct.
to do kind of an initial intake or interview,
Yes.
so to speak. Okay. And you're familiar that he did that?
Yes, he generated a report and did that. And then Detective Adele Gardner took over from there.
So when Officer Harris,
Wolf.
Wolf came back with his report, he passed, essentially, the report indicated what he did on the case and then handed it off to Detective Gardner.
No, Detective Gardner responded to the scene before he even came back and did the report.
Okay, so Detective Gardner was also involved in some of the things that Officer Wolf did.
Yes, the canvassing and
canvassing.
talking to people, yes.
Okay, that's what I was going to get to next. So you're familiar that at least Detective Gardner and Officer Wolf went out to the 3 Mile Drive location at Cornwall where the bus stop was and canvassed that area.
Not just them, but other officers, yes.
Others too. Okay. Did any of the officers in DPS interview the teacher that was in Nazai's class that day?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Do you know who it was?
It would have been Detective Gardner.
They did not interview that woman. I heard her testimony. They never interviewed her. They didn't ask her a damn thing. She was a substitute teacher. She said she got a call about coming to court. No one talked to the teacher. The first person they should have freaking talked to.
And do you know if Detective Gardner has authored a report?
She would have case notes and interview statements.
See, remember I was like, the questions they asked, they already be knowing the answer to these questions. They did not do their damn job. That just irritated my soul. And then the other guy that had it before him, he didn't write down when they was asking, well, did you write down any witness statements? Or, well, I might have wrote, no, I didn't. No, I might have talked to him. And she's like, well, did you write it down? No. Well, then it didn't damn happen.
Everybody she interviewed.
Okay.
What I don't understand is why do they have school police on this level? I mean, once she wasn't asked. First of all, the grandmother, we already know this, was out of line for going up to the school at noon and report her missing. And I mean, it's the why. I mean, who goes to the damn middleman? I'm not gonna go to the middleman. I'm gonna go to the man. Make it make sense.
Did you follow up on anything that Officer Wolf did, or that he left open in his report to do?
Not personally. I was just directing the efforts of Detective Gardner as whatever guidance she needed or help.
Okay. And one of the things that she requested of you was to do the search warrant for the text now.
The text now, Instagram.
Okay. And did you receive anything back from Instagram?
Yes, I received back to her Nazai's Instagram account information.
Okay.
If he would have got the right information, he would have got that text from Jarvis, D pics and all kind of stuff they had going on over there. Because he sent a picture that day too, a couple of them. Shannon went to those messages and seen what she wanted to see. Communication with him and ZIYAH. So I remember it being said that they didn't go back far enough, so it might have been with Instagram. It's looking that way. But I also remember the lead investigator saying that, heck, they had enough to go ahead and escalate this. But,
Now, ultimately, you came into possession of Nazaiah's laptop. Is that correct?
You talking about the one she uses at school?
Correct.
Yes.
And how did you take possession of that?
Laptop? I thought it was a tablet.
I sent Detective Gardner over to the school to pick it up.
It was at the school?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know?
No, it wasn't. See, it's some discrepancy on that. But let's listen. Let's just listen.
Where at the school?
With all the rest of the laptops the kids use.
Okay, so they leave the laptops there every day at the end of the day?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if anybody from your unit or searched anywhere in the classroom, like lockers or areas where like coats and other things, bags, backpacks, lunch boxes, that kind of thing are stored?
That would have been standard to have to search where her locker was, her classroom, any of that stuff.
It would have been.
We searched the whole school to make sure that we found kids hiding in the school before they were going missing. So we would search the entire school, surrounding area, that route to and from school, things of that nature.
Can you say for sure that that was done here, or just that should have been done? Because
that should have been done.
Okay, but you can't say for sure that you didn't do it.
I didn't go to the scene.
Okay. And you haven't read a report that indicated somebody else did it? Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay.
So back to that, they call it a laptop. Is it a laptop or a tablet? But anyway, clearly Shannon's testimony, she said that she charged up the laptop at her mother's request before Gardner got there to pick it up. and she seen those messages, so it did not get picked up from school. And then the other guy, I guess when Gardner picked it up, it went to somebody else, and he couldn't remember how he got the tablet, but the tablet was at home. Okay, and this guy's testimony confirms that. I mean, not necessarily his testimony, but Shannon's testimony confirms that the tablet was at home. So the only way the tablet could get home is if ZIYAH went home, period. And I've been saying that. She had to have gone home. You know what? As a matter of fact, what's his name? Jarvis. He actually admitted that he was supposed to pick them both up from home. He actually literally said it. First, he said, I didn't respond to her when she said something about picking her up. And then he was like, y'all know this man lying, but I got it all in my shorts. And there's so much in my head, but these people did not do their job. It's irritating.
So, we're showing a picture of ZIYAH's 8th grade ID card from the school.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when that ID card was issued to ZIYAH?
Should have been the beginning of the school year.
Okay. So then it would have been end of August?
Yes. We started before Labor Day again last year.
Okay. Other than the warrant and giving the laptop over to DPD, did you do anything else yourself in this case?
Yes.
What else?
Went back out to the school, interviewed some students, got some more information from some of ZIYAH's friends, different from what they had given earlier. Spoke with her little sister, spoke with the grandmother, got the release.
Her little sister.
For her dental records, picked up the...
ZIYAH don't have a sister. She only have a brother. So it must have been one of the other children.
Toothbrush. Went out on a couple more canvases, things of that nature.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you passed this case off, or your department passed this case off to DPD at about the 30-day mark.
Somewhere around there. It may have been a little after, because right around the 30-day mark is when I would have went and got the toothbrush, so we still had it then. Because you have to make that update in the system when you get close to the 30-day mark.
So the case was opened on January 10th, correct?
Correct.
And was it the 13th of February that you gave the laptop to the Detroit police?
A year exactly, y'all, almost. Yesterday.
That sounds about right, around Valentine's Day.
Okay. And would that have been about the last thing that you did at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And that's right around a 30-day window, fair to say?
A little bit past at that point.
Okay. Now, is that 30-day window, is that kind of a standard protocol, or is there something that kind of where your jurisdiction kind of expires and you pass it on to a different agency?
I would say no, because I had been with the school police since 2011, and this was the first missing we hadn't recovered within a couple of days. So normally we would, continue on with our cases. But once it got to that point, once we suspect, it could be a possible homicide, then the jurisdiction goes back to Detroit. So that's kind of how we went.
Would it be fair to say that once you had kind of exhausted your tools?
I guess, yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Could you hand it off to a different agency before 30 days? Could you decide within 2 weeks, we aren't coming up with any leads, we should give this to a different agency for more assistance?
We could, yes.
Okay. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Very briefly, Judge. Ms. Quick asked you about recovering a laptop. That was done in this case. ZIYAH's laptop was recovered, correct?
Yes.
And did you or did someone else or DPS recover a tablet that belonged to ZIYAH as well?
Yes.
Okay, where was that recovered from? The school or somewhere else?
From the grandmother.
From the grandmother?
Yes.
And that would be Annette Harris?
Yes.
So it's a laptop and a tablet. And why am I just now finding about a laptop? Because I don't see that nowhere in the notes. So now I don't remember what they just said about the dang on laptop. I'm glad he cleared that up. Dang, I ain't about to go back.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to listen to it again. So, cause I'm like, wait a minute, she said laptop. What are we talking about here? So, shout out to D Wash for joining membership. Welcome to Sleuth Nation. Wait a minute, where's the was it this one? Yeah. I think this is the guy that found the shoe.
For about like a onesie. It was most.
We gonna go all the way. I don't know why this thing is taking a sweet time moving. Let me come over to the chat to see what y'all saying. And also, welcome D to the winning team. We are the winning team, Team Viral, and Sleuth Nation, but we gonna stick to Sleuth Nation over here. Dang it. I gotta get a membership one for over here. We'll play the one we play on the other channel. Welcome to the winning team. Buckle up, baby.
6.
Let's go.
I never ran, sit down, man, I still go. Atlanta was 2 miles altitude. On the shuttle that breaks the sound.
Shout out to the winning team. Please join membership. Shout out to D. Okay, so we gonna go to this guy. I do want to see if y'all saying anything about anything that y'all just heard. And also, I'm gonna put up the call-in number after this if y'all want to call in. Like if I didn't get to your comment and you had something to say, let me get over here. Welcome in, everybody. Please smack that thumbs up. That school cop didn't think his this young black girl's life was valuable. He should have handled the case urgently, like ZIYAH was his own daughter. Exactly. I'm just so disappointed that they sat on it and did nothing. I mean, I don't know what prompted Shannon to call somebody. She said her boss or whatever told her to look into it, but somebody had to make them aware of it. I'm not sure how it worked. I just know the people at that school, they don't even need to be called a police department. I mean, they don't need to. Why are they investigating? I didn't know they had all this stuff going on at the school. Like, if something happens, it just need to go straight to the police department. That's what their job is. The school is to do stuff at the school. Once they off school grounds, then it's no longer for them. Wouldn't you think? I mean, I could see she got off the bus. She got on the bus. She got off the bus. Once they figured that part out, they should have just gave it to the real cops. The ones that ain't. Anyway, just let's go.
Of the River Rouge.
We were take it all the way to the beginning. If I can get it to the beginning.
Back on March 12th, 2024?
Yes.
And in what capacity were you working?
I was working in a search and rescue capacity. That's our primary job, or my primary job.
Okay. And were you working alone or with a partner or a group of people?
With the team. There was a sizable team that day.
And what is it that you guys were doing?
Oh my God.
We were responding to a missing person in that area.
And which area are we talking about? Where were you at?
7 Mile and Berg.
Okay.
7 Mile and Berg. This is where the clothes were found. And I know this was a lost file. 2 shoes were found. And so he's going to talk about that. Where the other shoe was.
What was your role in searching the 7 Mile and Berg area?
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank. I was on the east side of the bank in the 7 Mile Berg area.
Okay. And when you were searching this area, was there anything in particular that you were told to look for?
Just nothing solid, but there were just some like child-sized clothing things, just anything that could have been washed up on the riverbank. There was a storm recently, so we were in the water and on the riverbanks.
Okay, so you're kind of looking for maybe some child-sized clothing.
Yes.
Okay, and did you come across any clothing that you thought maybe would fit the description?
Yes.
Okay, where was that at?
That was south of 7 Mile and Berg, near a abandoned structure next to a dirt parking lot. About, I can't give an exact distance, maybe 50 feet off the river.
Okay, and when you find articles of clothing, what is it that you do in your role?
So there's a lot of stuff that might be washed up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to age it and make sure that it is something that could possibly be related. And then I'm going to just immediately report a picture to the incident command so that they can send people to properly inspect it.
Okay, and when you say age, what do you mean by aging?
Just to make sure that it hasn't obviously been in the brush for years, or it's not some garbage that washed up. That's all.
Okay, and in this search in particular, what was kind of the time frame that you were supposed to be like using to age?
Recent, not like within a month or two.
Okay.
So it would still look new.
Okay. And so when you find items, you said that you age them and then you kind of report them to incident command.
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that you report them? Do you go at like a walkie-talkie? Do you call them on the phone?
Via radio.
Okay.
Yeah, via radio, and then there's usually some type of a chat that I wasn't communicating directly on the chat. I just kind of forwarded the photos to a supervisor who then gave the photos to the incident commander.
Okay.
And they would divvy those out to the detectives.
Okay. And what is it that you found in this case?
I found I don't know if this is the right term for it, but like a onesie. Okay. It was mostly balled up in the brush with a shoe inside of it.
Yeah, I hear that. So that's where her other shoe was at. And what I didn't like about none of this is the fact that, when they don't take pictures of the clothes before they touch them and move them. And he actually posed the clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me pull that up. He actually, and I'm assuming it's just, well, he didn't know what it was. But to me, the practice should be to not touch anything without taking a picture first, because you don't know what you're touching, right? So why would you touch something and then spread it out and it looks staged? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have wanted to see the onesie balled up wherever it was at and not like they put it. So pretty much this was her shoe, and that shoe wasn't like that. He posed it like that and took a picture. You should have took a picture of it before you touched it. But let's continue.
And so I pulled I didn't know it was clothing at the time, but I pulled it out of the brush just to kind of open it up and see what it was. And then once I saw that it was clothing with the shoe inside, I just reported it to the incident command.
Okay. And when you're touching these items, are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall, describe the onesie, color, size, anything like that?
Pink.
Okay.
Honestly, the size, small.
And what about the shoes? Shoes. The shoe that you got.
It was a small Nike shoe.
Okay.
And
it
was inside the onesie, which was inside out.
Okay. Okay. And were you instructed to recover those at the time?
Like bag them and bring them somewhere?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't.
Were you? I guess, convey to someone where at these items are?
GPS coordinates.
Okay. And did you author like a paragraph?
Can I get y'all to please hit the thumbs up? We got 149 people with 56 thumbs up. Can y'all get the thumbs up to 149? Please hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to do so. It's free, y'all, and it's very it really helps my channel. So please smack that thumbs up.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. Nanny boo boo. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I've been stand on business. I stand on business. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. I don't want nobody.
I appreciate the ones that has hit the thumbs up, but please hit the thumbs up, y'all. Still a lot of y'all that has not hit the thumbs up, and I don't know why it's so hard to do that. It's free, and it's so important.
Paragraph report in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you include coordinates in that report?
Yes, and they were incorrect in that report. I just went over
Unless
it
you
yesterday.
troll,
I do have the correct
hit the
coordinates.
thumbs up.
Okay. Yes. Could you please provide us with the correct coordinates?
Yes.
And is there something that you're going to be using to refresh your memory?
I have a piece of paper here.
Okay.
Welcome, man, Sheep. How you doing?
So the coordinates that were provided in the paper were for the incident command. These coordinates are very close to where that piece of clothing was found.
Okay.
Their decimal degrees: 42.426693.
Okay.
Negative 83.268497.
Okay. So the coordinates that are in your report are where incident command was kind of set up.
That's the incident command, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already admitted as People's Exhibit 14. And I'm going to show just some specific pictures from that. We're looking at picture 63 here. Tell me, do you recognize anything in this photo?
Yes.
What is it that you recognize?
The pink article of clothing in the shoe.
Okay. And when you initially saw these items, is that how you saw them?
No, they were just balled up in the brush, just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay.
So
sorry, continue.
I pulled them out and set them that way so the detectives would see it.
Okay. So I'm going to go to photo 69. Is this the shoe that you had found that was inside the leg of the pink jumpsuit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And 60.
And I do want to shout out, I want to point out that Roxy and Mark did find this shoe first, and they actually called 911 to let them know that they find it. They didn't come right away and all of that stuff. And then some other guy recorded it as if he found it, but they actually did really find this stuff. It was Roxy said it was on, I think she said it was on 7 Mile and not Berg, but it was they're calling it 7 Mile and Berg, and it was by an old golf course or old golf building or something like that. And they absolutely did find them. I seen some people like going in on them about that, calling them liars and stuff. And it's like, why? I mean, come on. These people was on the case from the beginning. They actually did find the dang on stuff. But And then Mark didn't find out until months later that it was actually her shoe. Because they had did the DNA and all that. And I actually played that in another one of my videos. I've heard Roxy talking about it and everything. Because I heard Mark say that he was over by the police and they told him to go on somewhere else because they didn't want him recording over there. So at the same time, I think I remember him saying Roxy called him and he went where Roxy was at. So Roxy found it. And I don't know why people think that's so hard to believe, but then they plan the court stuff like, see, this is what they said in court. They not gonna give them credit for that, but they do like narrow it down and ask them like, was it people already there when you got there on the scene and all stuff like that.
7. Is this a photo of them just from the behind?
Yes.
Okay, and you were the one who kind of took them apart and placed them separately like that.
I did. Okay. Yes.
He should have took the damn picture. Like I remember with the Jelani Day case, finding out that his clothes was found balled up between some rocks. I would have liked, you can kind of think like the person that did it or try to figure out what they were thinking when they did it. Like that mattered to me, how the state that those clothes were in, because even the fact that they were inside her jumper, that just say that he pulled that jumper from the top and just like pulled it out and just left the shoe there. She was lifeless already at that point. I mean, and it just tell you something, or unless they staged it. I don't know. That's what people suspect too. But just to pull them out like that, and anyway, to me, it tells a story the way that they are. And I don't like that they do that. I think it's stupid. I think you should, before you touch anything, just record it because you don't know what it might be. You would think that would be their practice, but I guess it ain't.
All right. And did you do anything else as it relates to this case?
No.
And nothing further, Judge. Oh, sorry, 1 minute.
And nowhere in the video that she's walking that this freaking jumper is anywhere on her outfits, right? She walking down the street, she don't have on no jumper. Like what is this? She has on jeans,
Still covered up. So that time is, and I don't have my glasses, it is January 9th, 2024. I believe it's 14:54 and some seconds.
And 14:54 would be around
2:54 p.m. It's still covered up. So that time is, and I don't have my glasses, it is
so that's part of the timeline too, because you just seen what time that was, but she didn't have on that at all. I mean, we didn't see her there, but I do have a picture. I'm sure, well, it might be somebody in here that don't know, but this was her walking down the street. And at first I was like, ain't no way that's her. This person got on a hat. They look grown, don't look like a kid. But it really was the fact that looked like a ball cap to me, and she had those puffs on her hair. But it's just a distorted picture. This is her sitting on a bus, and that hood was on her head, but it looked like a hat. But I noticed when she walked like towards that blur mark, it looked more like a hood, and I could see a backpack on her back. And then she walked into the blur mark. So we talked about the blur mark and why it was blurred and all that. And I'm just thinking that they cut a section out. They made it look like she was coming from where we seen the bus drive to. It could be blurred out because other kids was there in that spot. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, they're definitely using it in court, so it gotta be her. But it just didn't make sense because I'm sitting up here like, how she get that hat over these buns? But yeah, just I guess it was distorted.
Coordinates that you gave, were those latitude, longitude?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge. Okay.
Well, like decimal degrees. So, yeah.
Thank you. Agent Barnes, you said that you were taking part in a search of the area of 7 Mile and Bird. Was that
Thank you.
how large of an
ZIYAH.
area was it?
Dang.
I probably searched at that point, not quite half a mile of river at that point. So,
Okay.
not a
And,
huge area.
and you said you were part of a team?
Yes.
About how many people were out there?
There was multiple counties out there assisting in the search. Honestly, I couldn't give you an exact number. Probably several dozen.
7 dozen?
Several dozen.
Several
There
dozen,
was different teams assigned to different parts of the river.
So different people were assigned to, or different teams were assigned to one like half mile location, another half mile location, or coordinates, I guess.
Yes, even smaller than that. Smaller sections than that. Yeah, just to keep guys fresh.
And was it like a coordinated effort then to kind of sweep this area?
Yes,
So you're just walking like in a straight line, or
for the most part.
can you describe kind of how that looks?
Yeah. So in the river, I'll go from the river to the banks. So in the river, you have different teams wearing dry suits, using technology, looking for anything that resembles a body, and then sticks to kind of push stuff loose. And then they're searching the log jams in the river. Then you have guys on the edge of the river because the water level was high. So we wanted to cover the river banks as well, which the water level was high and had become lower. Then you have teams on the banks and then teams kind of doing an S pattern along the river edge to make sure they cover as much ground as possible.
Thank you. And so you said that on this particular day, the water level was high.
No, the water level was high the week prior or so. So we wanted to make sure that we covered the river banks where the water was.
It had been
The
raining.
water was back to its normal level.
Was there a way to tell where the water level had been previously? Is there a way to mark that?
Sometimes it's just where debris gets caught up in the brush. It was maybe a foot higher, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was you personally that saw the pink onesie first, or the pink thing that you initially saw?
Yes.
Did you take pictures of it, how it looked when you initially found it?
I didn't. No.
Would you normally do something like that?
There's just so much stuff. I wasn't taking all day if I had taken a picture of everything I found. So
You stopped and kind of moved it, manipulated it.
I pulled it up to inspect it, noted that it was worthy of reporting, set it back down, radioed it in.
Okay. And how far did you set it down from the location where you initially located
Same
it?
spot.
Exact same spot?
Same brush.
Okay. And you said that part of what you do is kind of to note approximately how long it looks like it's been out there.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, what was it that you kind of found or thought when you noticed it?
There was no discoloration from the sun. You know, typically if something sits outside for a while, the sun's going to change the color that it sees, and then underneath it's going to be a different color. There was no discoloration in the article of clothing. So, and that can happen in weeks. It's pretty quick. Depending on how much sun there is. There was no evidence of animals getting in it. There was no significant dirt. It was just, it looked very fresh.
Okay. Did you find or see any other clothing other than the shoe in that area?
Very old clothing, years old.
Like what, for example?
Maybe just old coats, but it's nothing pertinent. Things that were
Many
under
old
layers
coats?
of lots. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of debris.
In that
Under-
general
I
area?
appreciate
that
the
half mile area that you were
thumbs up.
scanning?
Yes.
Okay. One second.
Yeah, it don't look like her, but they using it in court. It gotta be her, I'm guessing. So it don't. It looked like a whole different outfit. But when I paused it, it looked different. The hood looked more like a hood and not a hat once I could see the back of it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Given that you photographed these and alerted these, did these the pink onesie and the shoe, those matched your aging description that you were following?
There was no age necessarily, if that's what you mean. Like they hadn't been out there for a long period of time.
Okay. Nothing for the day.
Thank you.
All right. So I definitely just. Oh, he gonna say something. Look at him. He ain't writing nothing. Boy, what is you writing?
At this time, Judge, people call Sergeant Melanie or Warren.
Oh, wait, who's this? Okay. Okay, so that is the part of the preliminary hearing that I wanted to play because I feel like it was lost files a little bit. It helped confirm some things. And then it's some other stuff that I was looking at in Detroit. It's crazy. It's a similar case, and I thought it had just happened that day, but apparently. Let me just pull it up because I'm gonna look more into this because it's quite disturbing. Wait a minute, y'all. Before I do that, let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up, and then we're gonna go back to it. As a matter of fact, this is in Memphis. I thought this was in Detroit, but I just seen this, and it's very similar. So that's why I'm gonna play it. It could have been another scenario, to this case. The person involved in this, I believe, is 16 and a grown-ass man, if you can call him that.
Some more breaking news, an update here. Memphis police have arrested the man they say is seen in disturbing video throwing what they tell us is a dead newborn into a dumpster.
45-year-old James Booth has been charged with abuse of a corpse after that baby was discovered Monday morning. Here's WREG's Shay Arthur again. She is back with us with new details in this case.
The surveillance video is tough to look at, but it shows a man throwing a black bag into a dumpster behind a Whitehaven gas station. Tonight, Memphis police tell us inside that bag was a newborn baby. The man is then seen walking away. Tonight, investigators say that man is 45-year-old James Booth. The baby was later found dead.
How could you do that to a baby?
It's a question so many are asking tonight as we learn more about the moments surrounding the disturbing incident. Memphis police say Monday morning they were initially called to this airport area apartment complex after getting a report a female juvenile had given birth. Booth's bail screening form says it was a 16-year-old girl who claims she had been in a relationship with Booth for 3 years. This woman saw the commotion that morning.
Just a lot of police. That was it. I didn't know what was going on.
Officers were notified she was on her way to the hospital when the birth happened. They say the man she was with, now identified as Booth, took the baby, then put the child in the dumpster. The next day, detectives tracked him down to an address off Hudgens. Multiple people we talked to recognized him as the maintenance man at an apartment complex in the neighborhood.
He's a very nice guy.
The maintenance man. He's a very nice guy. Ain't nothing nice about this bastard. Look what he was doing and look what he did. I couldn't even form my mouth to say it. He was a fake guy. That's what he was.
Very shocking to hear about it. Very polite, very respectful to the neighbors. I mean,
so he sat up here and let her go the whole term. And like, this is just sick, man. Like, how did this even happen?
No one answered at the leasing office of the complex or could be reached by phone to talk about Booth. Seeing this story tonight, this mother of 2 girls has a message.
real sad. These kids need to be protected and shielded. Everybody needs to pray. Yes, because I pray for mine every day.
For your news leader, Shay Arthur,
Like
WREG,
God dang.
News Channel 3.
Goodness.
Very sad situation. And Booth is being held on a $250,000 bond. But looking at court paperwork, it appears he could have more charges coming because of the apparent relationship with a minor.
Yeah, he should. He should have a lot more going on too. But I seen that and I'm just like, man, they said he has a long record. I don't doubt it. Man. I'm living in Tennessee now, 2.5 hours from Memphis. I saw this. Bring back vigilante justice, man. Bring back humanity. Like, I mean, what is wrong with people, period? Okay, so now I want to pull up, let me play something else I got here. Because I got a couple videos that I wanted to show, did a couple videos earlier. I'll play. Did y'all check out Vari's interview? I listened to a little bit, but not much of it. But I got a little clip, so I'll play that.
She's a legend now. You get what I'm saying?
I feel, it's kind of, weird because, I ain't never, done this before, but it's kind of nice, though, about, spreading the awareness and everybody, just screaming justice for Naziah, makes me feel good. Pulled up on me one day, we chopped it up, went out to eat, he just kicked it with me, because I ain't really meet him like that. I ain't never get to meet, my sister dad like that.
So you didn't know him until the disappearance. You never met him.
I knew she had a dad. I knew he was coming around and stuff, but I ain't never known him personally.
So basically, when he found out she disappeared, that's when he probably connected with you a little bit more.
He was trying to want to help me out.
She's a legend now. You get what I'm saying?
I feel it's kind of, weird because, I ain't never, done this before, but it's kind of nice, though, about.
So what did y'all think of the interview? That, I forgot the name of that channel. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a description box since I played the video, this little clip. But I wasn't really able to listen to a lot of it. I don't know why. But I didn't watch it all. I just listened to little pieces of it. And I'm still pulling up this video. So what I'm pulling up right now is the discrepancies with the testimony. I did a video about it and I just wanted to play that while I'm here. Because it shows the times and stuff.
The lifeless body.
No, I don't want to hear nothing else about that right now. This thing is moving so slow on me today.
she's a legend now. You get what I'm saying?
I feel, you know.
That. Shout out to the 83 people still in the building. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not gotten a chance. The 101 people in the building. Okay, wait a minute. We're on mute. But this video is for the sleuth. So this is me just trying to put a little timeline together that I could match up with a few people. Here we go.
Bedford would be going towards the north.
Yes, ma'am. Towards East Warren.
Or is it Warren or is it Harper?
That's Warren.
Warren. Okay.
Well, Warren, then Harper. That's all going in that direction.
Okay.
And I do want to say this video is actually on my channel, so it won't be, it's small because of the format that I recorded it in. But it'll be in full screen if you go to the actual video and watch it. But I just wanted to look at the times here because it's important so I can remember what I was going to be talking about. Justice for ZIYAH. So pretty much we are tracking her from the time she got off her bus at around 2:54 walking down the street until about 8:45, 9 o'clock when they arrived back at the shop, allegedly. There's a lot to be discussed here, but this video is for the sleuths who's been paying attention. Let me know what you guys think about what you're hearing.
It's still covered up. So that time is, and I don't have my glasses, it is January 9th, 2024. I believe it's 14:54 and some seconds.
And 14:54 would be around
2:54 p.m.
Screenshot photo locations, location data from Joanna Buzz's phone. Where does it say that Ms. Butts was from 3:45 p.m. to 5:16 p.m.?
Against the location described as down here, it says Sigo.
So we got her getting off the bus at 2:54 p.m. And then she walked somewhere. I believe she walked to Balfour and whatever, or Bedford, the end of that street, and they picked her up from there. But anyway, they're saying that his sister was there from 3:45 to 5:16, but we heard her say a different time. So the little bit of time difference does matter.
And it gives the address of 9000 Connor Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48213.
Where is it that you think you saw ZIYAH?
At the shop on Harbor and Commerce.
So as you can see right there, is showing the difference. So the investigator said one thing, and then the sister said a different times. So she said 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Do you recall about what time did you go to Jarvis's shop that day?
About 4 p.m., give or take a few minutes.
Okay, and around what time did you leave?
Somewhere between 6 and 6:30.
Got there maybe around 9 o'clock.
So he's talking about the Jaguar, but I wanted to start it from here because he's pretty much going to tell us everything.
I assessed the Jaguar. Jarvis left a moment.
You guys finished the Jaguar and here's a leave?
Right around 7:30.
So they finished the Jaguar and prepared to leave at 7:30. Now, mind you, the sister said she was there to 6:30, but it was actually 5:15. So from 5:15 to 7:30, what was they doing? Because I mean, I would think they was done with the car, but I don't know. We just gonna do this. So King said they left for Ypsilanti at 7:30. How the hell do they get? How do they get back before 9 o'clock? So I said, how did they make it back to the shop by 9 p.m. from Ypsilanti if they did not leave until 7:30 p.m.? It take 30 to 45 minutes to get there, 30, 40 minutes or whatever. He already late. Hell, then the sister said, the auntie said that they stayed for an hour. He was trying to wait for his son get back from school. So we gonna keep listening.
Somewhere around there.
Straight Saturday, we talked about the car and stuff. We talked about my nephew. Cordell was trying to wait till my nephew got out of school, but because he was on tether, they had to leave.
Now, she didn't give us a time, but she did give us something else. But here it says King had to go. He had to be home by 9 p.m. How did they get back before 9 if they did not leave the shop until 7:30?
Had to leave, so they didn't get to stay long enough for my nephew to come. So after about an hour.
And the other thing that I was saying, and y'all just heard him say, okay, so after an hour. Now, why are we talking about a kid in school if it's after 7:30 p.m.? Because surely it would have been 8:10 or something by the time they arrived at Ypsilanti if it take 30 to 40 minutes. So why are we even talking about a kid being in school? Because it had to be earlier than that. Because she said it was still light outside and the kid wasn't home yet from school. Like, even if it was an after school program, they ain't usually open 8:30 at night, but I don't know. But she said getting home from school. So this is why I'm saying that the timeline don't match up.
Correct. Was it light or dark? It was still fairly light.
It was still fairly light. Dang, that went quick. Okay, so it takes 30 to 45 minutes to get to Ypsilanti from Detroit. They allegedly spent 1 hour there once they arrived. How was it still light outside and the son not home from school if we go by King's timeline? King is already late for his tether. Now, we just heard King say they didn't get done with the Jaguar till 7:30 p.m. There's no way they would have made it back to Detroit by 9 o'clock for him to be back for his tether. Here's a little bit more from King, and I'll see y'all in the next live stream. And in the comments, let's have that discussion. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and smack that thumbs up. Yeah, please.
Got there maybe around 9 o'clock. I assessed the Jaguar. Jarvis left a moment. I had another mechanic. Being it's a foreign car, so I had a foreign car mechanic on call to help with the work, but he was busy, so he came. Said he wouldn't have time to do it, so I think I Googled it, seen how it was done, and I proceeded taking the water pump up. Before that, I called them. They ordered the water pump, so we went and picked it up when they called and said it was in. We got in the truck, went to AutoZone, got the water pump. On our way back from AutoZone, I believe
it makes no sense that they both went.
We forgot something, so we ended up turning back around, going back to AutoZone.
He think they forgot something. Did you forget something or not?
I believe we forgot something, so we ended up turning back around, going back to AutoZone, grabbed whatever we forgot, came back, and on our way back, we was coming down Harper. Jarvis said, "I see my niece right there. She walking." We pulled into Angel's liquor store. I still didn't see her. He pointed across my face, said she right there. She was coming across the street at that time.
Angel's liquor store is across town. It's about an hour and 14-minute walk or something ridiculous. And so it don't make sense. I do believe that she walked just to the corner because, I mean, if you think about it, if she got off the bus at 2:54, or was that when she was coming back from home? I don't know. But either way, she said that she was going to be somewhere at 3 and it's 2:54. They riding down the street. It had to be in that same area, maybe on Balfour and whatever the location. I don't know. That also tells me that, the walk from Cornwall and 3 Mile from Balfour is 20 minutes. But it's a 3-minute drive. And I don't have the exact address, so I don't know if it's actually 20 minutes, but it's roundabout figure. And let me make sure that this banner, hold on. What's under here? Yeah. Godly, I gotta move everything to be able to see it. And I still can't see it, but y'all can. Okay, now I can see it on the other device. So that says Cornwall. Yep. All right.
She got in the truck with us. She spoke. Hi, King. Hi, Jay. And we proceeded back to the shop.
You guys finished the Jaguar and here's a leave?
Probably around 7:30 or somewhere around there.
Yep. Okay. So I just wanted to play that. Let me see what y'all saying. Shoot, we already been here, what, an hour and 40 minutes? They left Ypsilanti at 5:30. I thought Didi. No, he said that they got done with the truck and they left for Ypsilanti at 7:30. That's what he just said. Nope. He was talking about the Jaguar at that point. Let me play that again. Just that little 18 seconds or whatever. But you can also listen to his testimony again on that part, but he was talking about the Jaguar.
Got there maybe around 9 o'clock. I assessed the Jaguar. Jarvis left a moment.
You guys finished the Jaguar and here's a leave?
Probably around 7:30 or somewhere around there.
You guys finished the Jaguar and got prepared to leave around 7:30. Yeah. So the timelines ain't matching up at all. And she said they stayed an hour. So yeah, exactly. There is no way. There is no way. They got done. Yep. There's no way. So with that being said, okay, so clearly she did go to Ypsilanti, right? But soon as they left that house, they had a stretch of highway with plenty of bushes and trees and brush and water, and like she could be anywhere. Now, when they asked King if they talked on the way back and all of the stuff, he said, nah, he got music, so they just played music all the way back. Like, so that would mean that she didn't even get a chance to talk to Jarvis at all, right? Because he said that, I mean, when they got to the shop, the sister, you know, she testified that she seen her getting in and out of the truck, right? She was in the truck the whole time that she was at the shop. So that means that she got out of school. So from 3 o'clock to 7:30, she just sitting in a dang on car. Just sitting there. He's working. She's sitting in the car to the point that it was cold outside. She was running the car, and the car ran out of gas. They had to push it over there to get some gas in the car. And King allegedly, he said that that's when he asked, are you going to drop her off because she was a distraction or whatnot? And so he also claimed he dropped her off at 9. I'm glad you said that because the rest of it is at 9 o'clock. Actually, King said when they got back, they went to the shop around 8:45. They got back. He was running kind of late, so he goes into the back and they split the money. He leaves, leaving Jarvis and ZIYAH there. Right. Well, the investigator said that Jarvis' phone was tracked on Wilshire, where he lived with another woman named Angel. He got his kids and everything lives there, this woman. And he went to her house. So there's no way that King did that at 8:45, seen him and left and all that, right? There's no way. So he was at this woman's house. Where would ZIYAH would have been at? I believe he got rid of her on that trip on the way back. Then after that, he was tracked at the motel on Harper Avenue out there, you know, wherever that motel is at out there in Harper Woods. He has more than one phone. Yes, he definitely got more than one phone. So that's the other part that I was trying to figure out, because I'm like, they keep saying the 9th he went to court. King said Jarvis left. I think Jarvis went to court that morning. He got an extension. I don't know. I think that ZIYAH was at that hotel. He had, because they said he went to the hotel at 9:30. She could have been at that hotel. He went to court. He must have, I don't know how he could chance going to court without doing something, completing what he done. But clearly he went to court. His phone was in that woman car. I'm thinking, they haven't said it because they not spelling it out for us. It's a lot of things they ain't telling us. They just skipping past a lot of stuff because it's gonna come out in court. So, but that's what I'm thinking, and that's why that lady said it the way that she said it, that he had to take care of the ZIYAH problem. You know what I'm saying? Before he I'm gonna play it again for the people that might not have heard it, because I played it when I first hopped on here. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about right here. That to me, that sound like he went to court prior. It was the 9th. Both of these things happened on the 9th. So he took a huge chance. So okay. So let me finish what I was saying. So he was at the motel. He signed out of the motel at 12:21. So from 9:30 that night until 12:20 something the next day, he borrowed Latrice's car again. He borrowed her car again, right? And so that's why the lady was saying this, that she said like towards the end of the video.
Sending in at 619. That is a criminal conduct in the first degree with added charges of criminal conduct in the second degree. That is for Mr. Butt's biological daughter, and she was around 8 or 9 when the touchings first started happening, and 10 when she was kind of. Mr. Butts is a habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25 years, and he also has a prior conviction for criminal conduct in the third degree with the person 13 through 15. And as it relates to case ending in 618, that is one count of criminal conduct in the second degree. He does have the second offense noted on that, along with the habitual fourth offense mandatory 25. That case is for the assault of a 4-year-old minor. She was 4 years old at the time, and she was the daughter of one of Mr. Butt's girlfriends at the time, and I would believe her to have contracted chlamydia. As it relates to the case ending in 617, that case involves the missing 13-year-old, as in ZIYAH Harris. ZIYAH went missing on January 9th of 2024 after last being seen alive with Jarvis Butts. Mr. Butts is a serial rapist and murderer. Evidence will show that Jarvis Butts has been assaulting ZIYAH Harris since at least the fall of 2022, and that ZIYAH Harris was pregnant with Jarvis Butts' child on January 9th of 2024, and that Mr. Butts was aware of this pregnancy. Jarvis Butts was supposed to turn himself in on January 9th of 2024 to serve a year-long sentence for CCW. The state ultimately got moved to February 7th of 2024.
Y'all hear it.
Allowing him the opportunity and time to take care of his ZIYAH Harris problem.
So yeah, he would have had to have gone to court that morning. How did he know that he was gonna be able to do it afterwards, though? That don't make sense to me. I mean, do y'all think that was the issue there? That's what happened. Yes, they are lying. Heck yeah, they lying. I mean, it's one thing to say they lying. It's another to know what they lying about exactly. And them times is off completely.
And that's exactly what Mr. Butts did. While ZIYAH Harris's body has still not been found, the evidence recovered points to only one devastating outcome. Although Jarvis Butts is currently serving.
I believe what they did. She could be way out there. She could be somewhere in Clinton Township, or she could be on the way from Ypsilanti. On the way, yeah, the trail from Ypsilanti to Detroit. They dipped her off somewhere, and then they came back to Detroit and just threw her stuff around different areas to make it seem like she was there. His phone could have been somewhere else. He could have just left his phone somewhere. Like, remember they said he was in the 7 Mile and Berg area for 2 hours. He could have just had his phone sitting there while he was somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, they thought this out. He was planning this since he was looking up ways to get rid of it, right? So he been planning this out the whole time. That's just what I'm thinking. He took a chance doing that, going in the morning of. I'm very surprised they let him walk out of the courtroom. Exactly. I mean, what exactly did he need to take care of? Me either, Nikki. I cannot wait until all the information come out. But I mean, it's just like when the prosecutor said, they got everybody, and I'm thinking, what? Like, what are I believe people being investigated now, though, because too much has come out, with the family and her brother doing this talking is not really good for the case, because he's not he ain't saying nothing. He's protecting his grandmother and stuff, and I mean, but clearly he's saying Shannon, though. He really is. I didn't listen to all of it, but the parts that I did hear, he's just going by what he heard, like what everybody else been talking about. But he was involved. He was instrumental in the case, because he is the one that sent Naziah's Wright shoe to the detectives, because they overlooked the evidence, because this is not what they were told that she had on. These are not the shoes that was on her flyer saying they was blue and white. So when they seen these, they didn't think that it was her. Her brother contacted Shannon, the lead investigator, and he sent her the picture of that shoe for them to identify it. So he was doing stuff, but as far as details and stuff like that, like, I think he should just, like some other people are saying, just don't interview anymore, especially while saying that they're saying don't interview. And I thought that's why the other interview was deleted, but maybe they just deleted it because it was bad. I don't know, because they might as well have kept it up, because it's everywhere. So that's crazy. Like, you the one that did the interview, but everybody else is profiting off of it. So here in Detroit, they are saying they have to do a separate case for everyone. Yep, they do. For everyone else, only Jarvis is getting a yeah. So that's what I'm saying. What they're presenting in the preliminary hearing, it ain't gonna be no surprises. They're gonna elaborate on what we already know, but they can't be like, ha, we got this. No, they have to present everything that they know. Both sides already know. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah. And then as far as those other girls and stuff, those are separate trials. All of it is separate. And if anything else come forward, then all of that stuff is gonna be separate. So Jarvis is going to snitch on everyone involved in the disappearance. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was somebody else involved, I would have thought that he already would have snitched. But he definitely been snitching on his dang self. That I can tell y'all. So with that being said, let me pull up a couple of my shorts, because, also y'all, check out my videos and my live streams. Check out my videos and my shorts, because I know not everybody like long form content. So what I'm doing is taking out stuff in the shorts that I want to elaborate on or remember or whatnot. Little points that matter that you might miss if it's in a whole big video. So check out those shorts, and I'm gonna pull them up right quick, just to show y'all too the tabs and stuff. because my channel is very much organized. I have playlists. I got a shorts playlist and I have a live stream playlist. I just want to make sure that y'all know how to find my content, because I'm a straight flat out crime channel for the past 4 years. I got a lot of content that y'all might want to see. And so this is pretty much how you tap into everything. You know, I'm not going to click through everything, but I am going to click on a few of these shorts. But click on any tab. You can click on the playlist and get all of my playlists. I have a lot of playlists. So check that out. But yeah, these shorts. So it was a short where he said, well, look at this one. First of all, he telling on himself. Let me unmute it. He literally, and I probably can't play that on here, but he's literally telling on himself when he did that. Okay, now okay, there you go. So you can go here and just like flick through them. Or if you're on a cell phone, you just scroll. Oh, it only go that way. Yeah, this ain't working out the way I want it to, though. I'd rather see them all, but it's just one that I need to go to. So let me get to that. Let me make sure it's still up here. Okay. It's the one with him. When he told that he was supposed to pick them up from the grandmother's house. He tried to lie at first. Jarvis admits right here.
Effort. Like I say, from time to time, I had jobs for them, and I did tell them the day I was supposed to pick them up at that house, at their grandmother's house on Bedford. Like I say, from time to time, I had jobs for them, and I did tell them the day.
Let me see, because the location she didn't put at my grandma's house.
Yeah, we're supposed to be at because they got out of school whatever time. I was waiting on my daughter to get out of school. So that's I'm supposed to pick them up at that house, at their grandmother's
Y'all hear
house.
that? This dude literally told on himself. Now, he also said that he hadn't seen her since the end of December. Like that's why this is why I'm thinking, okay, why was he so comfortable lying about that? And when he took her around everybody and she was up there with him and his partner, how did he know that King would go with the lie? What made him so comfortable to think that King would lie with him? Oh, I ain't seen her. She wasn't up at the shop. Like, get out of here. You was just with her. And then as hold on. It was another one. When he tried to lie about the text message. He's like, I ain't answer her. Yeah, you did. What I say? Yeah, another one. I think this one.
Don't forget to be there before. Yeah, that was when she sent it. I was supposed to pick them up that day. But I never responded.
Yeah.
What I did.
So then the next one, she responded.
If you send a message.
So I can delete your number.
No, I don't. Like I said, they told me.
Hold on. Before you explain it, just look at the time back to back. And we in school. She in school. And then right here, it tells you to respond, okay. That's you. That's received.
I did receive.
So, and you said.
And then he turned around and said, yeah, I was supposed to pick them up from their grandma's house. Yeah, okay, so there you have it, my dude. He did it. He did it. He did everything they said he did. All the women that saw her the last didn't ask enough questions for me, Jarvis' sister and King's son, auntie, a woman. How do y'all let a little girl leave with two men and don't ask why she with y'all? Well, they lied and said that Jarvis told his sister that was King's niece. And then, yeah, he just lied to anybody. But I will say this, like, They wasn't gonna, the cops wasn't gonna do nothing. You can't, if you call the cops and tell them something like that, they ain't gonna do nothing. Just like CPS didn't do anything. Like something, a crime actually had to happen before they do anything. Like, I mean, CPS was called in 2022. And we heard the reports. They were horrid. And they did not remove those kids. And Jarvis did not get arrested, although they had the statements from the children. Like, we seen that latest article. So they wouldn't have did nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing about that. A kid telling you that he did all that stuff they said he did, and he still continued over there. So we know the people in the house knew. And we know that it was documented. Also, they said that he wasn't even reporting, and he should have been immediately arrested for not reporting, as an offender. But okay, that's it. We are at 2 hours, the 2 hour mark. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but thank all of y'all for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and smack the thumbs up if you didn't get a chance to. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see a lot of different names. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Please hit that thumbs up on the way out. Welcome to membership, ZIYAH. Shout out to all my members. Easy. Shout out to my moderator in the building. And justice for ZIYAH. Peace and love, y'all. We out.